Hi guys, welcome to Buenos Aires Click. We are here to talk about, and just like that, episode 6, Diwali. This episode was directed by Cynthia Nixon, and I am in totally shock because I really thought that was going to be better, but I was totally wrong, and I have so much to talk about. Until these days, all the comments I read are complaining about this show is poorly written. At the beginning, I thought you were wrong, but you are not. Another thing, not only in this episode, but all, is the fashion. What's going on with all the fashion, with the dresses, even the shoes? Okay, I'm not a writer or even an actress, but something is clearly missing in all the episodes. Well, I have to say, poor Steve, I know he cheated on Miranda first, but as far as I remember, Miranda was never afraid of being herself or telling the truth. And in this case, why she didn't tell him the truth about her feelings? It's so hard to see Miranda like she's no longer the strong woman that we used to know. And this is in the fake green screen. Looking at the Hudson River was not too good. For me, there's nothing more to say about this first scene of this episode. And there's a scene the girls having dinner and Carrie saying she just don't love the apartment because she's telling them the place is too cold, too modern. But anyway, she bought it. She signed the papers. And I thought maybe because she's grieving. And again, she's telling that she's 55 years. Was like, I don't know why she's mentioning again and again. Well, with this scene, Carrie looking at a magazine saying it's not healthy, and I saw in other reviews that they probably had big in some of these scenes talking to her, but you know, with all the scandal and stuff that has come out about Chris Knott, maybe they edited out and left the scene of Carrie saying this is not healthy. Well, here in this awkward a scene where Miranda is remembering the encounter that has with Che, I only have to say that it's a weird footage that the writers decided to show us, and then her law professor interrupting the moment, then just they decided to go grab a coffee and having some moment where the professor is admitting and having that she's having so much with this thing of infertility. Here, Carrie and Sima looking around the shop where Sima explains Diwali, and I read a little bit about how sacred this holiday is and what it means to people, the celebration of light over the dark. Here we found Carrie and Charlotte in a storage unit where she was taking a few things to take over her new place, and suddenly Karen opens a box of big records, and of course she has a meltdown. Here we have the scene with this hat, rare hat, and the beeping. Some devices in this scene beeping, doing that annoying sound, and she didn't know where it comes. Then she gets a phone call from Anthony, and he needs her to go with him because Stanford had booked facelifts. So now he needs her to go to stop from him doing something crazy. While she agrees, there's a shoot of Anthony's hot guys dropping bread. With this scene directed by Cynthia Nixon, we have Miranda with a loud vibrator and thinking about Che, and then Brady knocks. For me, it was really disgusting because Miranda was yelling out while she was orgasming, and it seemed really, very, really poorly acted. But I really need to read your comments. What do you think about this scene? Really, please. We find they go over Dr. Paul's office, and the doctor thinks it's Carrie getting the face work, mentioning that she is old. Anyway, Carrie asked for a consult, and she explained she didn't sleep, and her husband had passed away, and he says you look tired, and he guesses that she's 48 or 49, and she take it as a compliment. Well, back to the picnic. The girls are talking, and also they are pointing out they are drinking non-alcoholic wine because Miranda is quitting drinking. Well, here they talk about who are fantasizing about, and Miranda reveals honestly it's Carrie's boss. And Charlotte says, "Oh, I get it. She's so cool and charismatic." And this is when Miranda reveals she had sex with Che at Carrie's apartment after the surgery when they thought she was asleep. And Charlotte is surprised by this, and Miranda is offended that Charlotte is surprised by this. Also, Charlotte makes a good point that they actually talk about everything. Why they are not allowed to talk about this? And they asked Miranda if she is gay now, and Miranda says she doesn't know. And of course, it's not as a simple as gay or straight. So Charlotte brings up she's married to a man and now she's suddenly having a non-binary sex. Then Charlotte says, "You are not progressive enough for this." So Miranda gets mad and her leg falls asleep. Again, why they have to remind us how old they are? I don't know why. Well, she walks off. Carrie stops her and says, "We already lost Samantha. We are not losing anyone else." Here we go over to Carrie getting ready to go with Seema. Okay, the outfit was interesting. I don't like the flower, but I do love the color. This scene is more and more uncomfortable because this is about showing that Seema has has got to pretend to her family she has this boyfriend Dennis, that it's been 8 months and that they've been together. Well, I didn't get it. Really made no sense for me. After there's a car ride with Carrie and Seema, and she's asking, is it easier for her or her family about Dennis and if she's happy with her life alone. And then Carrie says she hates her new apartment, and Seema says, then we'll sell it. At the end of this episode, we have Carrie opening boxes with the song I Can See Clearly, and she's back in her new old apartment. Charlotte is boxing the creepy dolls. Okay, I'm sorry. They are creepy for me. And smiling at Rose, who has cut her hair, and hanging up a poster. And we see Miranda picks up her phone. She sends a message to Che, and that's how episode 6 ends. Before saying goodbye, I really want you to respond. I really need to know every single thought you have on this episode, on the show, on the fashion, and everything. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.